Hello YouTubers, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now we guys are here to learn about a wonderful world of supervised learning, and it's the most important branch of machine learning. Now moving with the topic, here we have three types of machine learning, the ways of machine learning. One is supervised learning. Second one is unsupervised learning. Third one is reinforcement learning. Fine. In this video, I'll be clearly stating about supervised learning, and then in further videos, I'll be going on with unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning. Now, moving with the point, supervised learning, here it mainly aims to predict the target answer. Okay, here we have two types, features and target variables. Features, they are also known as independent variables or predictors. Fine. Whereas target variables, they are also known as response variables and dependent variables. Okay. Now moving with the definition of supervised learning, it is the task of machine learning which mainly aims to predict the target answer. Fine. So it learns the function from a labeled training data. That means it learns the function that maps an input to an output based on the examples of both the input and output pairs. Okay. Here it infers the function from a labeled training data. Okay. It doesn't refers. It infers that function from a labeled training data containing of a set of training examples. Okay. Here I have stated labeled training data. So what is meant by labeled data? The data for which you already know the target answer. So that is what labeled data. Fine. Now, if I show you an image and clearly stated that it's a pigeon. Okay. So that is a labeled data. While if I show you an image without saying you exactly what it is, then it's a unlabeled data. Fine. So that is what the difference between labeled and unlabeled data. Now, for example, for my labeled data, I took a pen and paper as my examples, okay? Okay, and I clearly label them paper and pen. So, based on the label data, it can clearly state the answers very accurately. Now, when a new image is fed into machine without any label, okay? Without any label, but with some slight modifications in it. Okay. New image of paper and pen అనుకుందాం. Slight modifications అంటే పేపర్ కి మనం మోడిఫికేషన్ ఏం చేస్తాం, దాన్ని ఏదో రాస్తాం, రాసినంత మాత్రం నాకు పేపర్ కాకుండా అయిపోదు కదా. జస్ట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మోడిఫైడ్ ఆర్ సమ్ కలరింగ్ లైక్ డిజైనింగ్. సో బేసిక్ థింగ్ పేపర్ బేసిక్నెస్ అనేది మారదు, రైట్? జస్ట్ ఏదో డిజైన్ అవి వేయడం వల్ల వి జస్ట్ మోడిఫైడ్ ఇట్. బేసిక్ నుంచి మనం మోడిఫై చేస్తాం, కానీ బేసిక్ ని మార్చేసి అయితే మనం ఏం చేయలేం కదా. బేసిక్ ని మార్చేసామంటే దట్స్ నాట్ ది థింగ్ ఆఫ్ పేపర్, రైట్? దట్స్ టు బి అదర్. నౌ సేమ్ ఇన్ ద కేస్ ఆఫ్ పెన్, బేసిక్ థింగ్ ఇస్ ఇంక్, రీఫిల్, రైట్? Maybe size and shape, they may be varied, but a strictly perfect size and shape was being considered. So based on the basic things of this our label data, based on that means based on the initial and past and basic data, it can clearly predict the answer accurately. Fine. So now modifications చేసి ఇచ్చింది కూడా మళ్ళీ అది ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కింద తీసుకొని దాన్ని మళ్ళీ ట్రైన్ చేసుకొని, so it again learn from the example. Okay, so that is what, hence supervised machine learning, it trains the algorithm to it teaches the model to learn the things from the examples that we provide. Okay, that is what supervised machine learning. Now, here the main point is, ఇది మన సిస్టమ్ అనుకుంటే, సిస్టమ్ కి నేను బోత్ ఇన్పుట్ అండ్ అవుట్పుట్ రెండు ఇచ్చాను. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ దిస్ ఈస్ మై ఇన్పుట్, దిస్ ఈస్ మై అవుట్పుట్ టు బి గివెన్. ఓకే, ఇది నేను ఇన్పుట్ ఇస్తే సో ఇది నా అవుట్పుట్ రావాలి అనేది ఇక్కడ చేస్తాం. సో దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ వి ట్రైన్ అవర్ మోడల్, దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ వి డిజైన్ అవర్ మోడల్ ఇన్ సూపర్వైజ్డ్ లెర్నింగ్ అల్గోరిథం. ఫైన్. By that, it clearly predicts the pattern. That means it learns the pattern and understands the relation between both the input and output pairs and predicts the answer accurately. Now, moving with the supervised learning types. In supervised learning, again we have two types. One is classification and other is regression. Okay. Again, in other video, I'll be clearly stating the models of machine learning, that is classification, regression, and clustering. So there you can clearly know where this models have to be used. Now, in a simple terms, what is meant by classification and regression? Coming to the topic, classification. Classification, clearly note this point. Here, your outputs will be classes or categories. Okay, based on the categorical data, we'll be dividing the classes clearly. Okay, for simple example, classification is nothing but users take an input. Okay, we just take an input and mapping that input to some discrete label. Okay, mapping that input to some discrete label. Now my input is X. I consider my input is as X and mapping this input to some discrete label, true or false. Okay, so this is my discrete label. We have to clearly state in classification terms. Aim chestam, simply will be clearly defining what is true, what is false. Yes or no. Deceased or undeceased. Trained or not trained. So this is what, like simply gender case, male or female. So this is what the thing classification is predicted. Simple examples. Now, moving with a clear example of classification. For example, I consider email classification. Okay, email classification lo em chestam? Spam class, ham class. Okay. Email lo initially spam class, ham class ante enti? Your regular list of inbox, that is your ham class. Okay, and spam class. What is spam class? Initially, what is meant by spam issue? Okay. Now, spam mails are nothing but these are the junk mails. Okay, all your junk mails are known to be spam emails. All the unsolicited messages were deeply sent in bulk. So these are known to be spam emails. Initially, what is meant by spam? Spam means there's nothing but spam. What the triggers of words? That means spam triggers the words or phrases like unsolicited messages. That means negative sense words. So immediately when email providers consider this as spam, they immediately see them as red flags. So ఎక్కడైతే మనకి unsolicited messages వచ్చిందో immediate గా email providers అనేవారు దానికి ఒక రెడ్ ఫ్లాగ్ వేసేస్తారు. సో దట్ ఈస్ నోన్ టు బి స్పామ్ ఇమెయిల్. ఓకే, సో అది స్పామ్ ఇమెయిల్ కింద ఎలా డివైడ్ అవుతుంది అని అంటే ఇనిషియల్లీ స్పామ్ వర్డ్స్ బట్టి. సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద స్పామ్ వర్డ్స్? నెగిటివ్ సెన్స్ వర్డ్స్. నెగిటివ్ సెన్స్ ఇన్ ద వర్డ్స్ like scams, gimmicks, free of cost, free gifts, no credit checks. Okay, all these things. వర్డ్స్ వెంటనే మనకు ఒక నెగిటివ్ సెన్స్ టైప్ ఉంటుంది కదా, లైక్ ఫ్రీ ఆఫ్ కాస్ట్ అంటే ఎవరు నమ్ముతారు? సో స్కామ్స్, జిమ్మిక్స్, వర్డ్స్ స్పెల్ చేస్తున్న వర్డ్స్ కి మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది దట్ ఇస్ అ టైప్ ఆఫ్ నెగిటివ్ సెన్స్ వర్డ్స్. ఫైన్. కంటెంట్ విచ్ ఈస్ ఇర్రివాలెంట్ అకార్డింగ్ టు యువర్ రెగ్యులర్ ఇన్బాక్స్. ఓకే, మీకు ఇలాంటి ఈమెయిల్స్ తో పని లేదు, మీకు సంబంధం లేదు, ఇలాంటి ఈమెయిల్స్ తో నాకు అవసరం లేదు, అలాంటివి దే నోన్ టు బి యాజ్ స్పామ్ ఈమెయిల్స్. ఓకే, సో వెన్ and irrelevant messages, irrelevant mails according to your regular content of emails, so these are known to be your spam emails. Now once me ilanti mails మీ రెగ్యులర్ బాక్స్ లో అవసరం లేదు, రైట్? అన్సొలిసిటెడ్ మెసేజెస్ ఇలాంటివి మీకు అవసరం లేదు. సో when you are not known, that means when you are not even they don't want to be in a regular list, then immediately once me irrelevant మెసేజ్ ని స్పామ్ ఈమెయిల్ కింద ఎప్పుడైతే మార్క్ చేస్తారో ఇమీడియట్లీ నెక్స్ట్ కేస్ నుంచి ఎప్పుడైతే అలాంటి మెయిల్స్ వస్తుందో అలాంటివన్నీ డైరెక్ట్ గా మీకు స్పామ్ ఫోల్డర్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతాయి. సో దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ డివైడెడ్ స్పామ్ ఈమెయిల్స్ అండ్ హ్యామ్ ఈమెయిల్స్. ఓకే, ఇనిషియలీ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ట్రైన్ అవర్ మోడల్ టు హౌ ద స్పామ్ ఈమెయిల్ లుక్స్ లైక్. ఓకే, స్పామ్ ఈమెయిల్ ఎలా ఉంటది అనేది ముందు మన మోడల్ కి ట్రైన్ చేయాలి. సో బై దట్ it will be clearly stating the spam email and ham email. Ham emails are nothing but if the emails are not spam, they'll be into your regular inbox. Your regular inbox is nothing but ham class. And your negative sense of words, that means your irrelevant messages, irrelevant mails, those are going to be your spam cases. Okay, so this is what is simply of email classification. Next, moving with the term regression. Regression is nothing but classification lo em cheppanu, there your outputs will be classes or categories. Fine. Now clearly note this point. In regression, your values will be real and continuous. Fine. Here, your change in one variable. Okay. What are the changes you are given in one variable? Here it depends on variables. Fine. It depends on one or two variables. So that is what the regression. Your change in one variables affects the change in other variable also. Okay. That is what the regression. Simply consider a case like salary based on your work experience. Next, weight based on your height. Fine. So these are what the regression cases. Simply like if I say, do you get a salary raise or not? Okay, it's yes or no question, right? So that is classification case. Okay, consider the same case that has how much. Okay, if I get a salary raise, so how much do I get a salary raise? That is what regression case. Fine. So for simple example, in regression I'll be taking with weather prediction. Fine. Here I consider two variables. As I already said, regression will be considered with variables. So my variables are temperature and humidity. Okay, these are my two variables. Now if temperature is in rise, humidity decreases. Okay, they are correlated to each other. Fine, they are correlated. So the change in one variables affects the change to the other variable. As they are correlated to each other, the change is affected to one another. So this is what regression case. Okay, so now we have to train the model in this case to the variables of change in one model to another model. We'll be training our system in that case. So by that, and next time it will be predict the answer clearly how the humidity is related to temperature when it increases and when it rises. When it rises and when it get down. So clearly it will be stating that. So this is what the case of regression. So hope you get understand well about classification and regression. Now moving with the real-time examples of supervised learning. So our applications are, it is used in risk assessment. Risk assessment in the sense financial cases. It is used to predict the future values. Next, it is used in fraud detection, visual recognition, image classification. So these are the real-time classifications that were done through supervised learning. Hope you guys like this video. So if you like this video, please support me. Even doubts వస్తే clearly అడగండి. You comment me below. I'll be answering for that. Thank you. Subscribe me, follow me and hit the bell icon.